My name is Tommy John, and I'm going to be completing a Doctor of Chiropractic program at the end of March 2014. I've been a trainer for the last 10 years and a rehab specialist, and over the years I've seen a lot of injuries come in, various parts of the body, mostly dealing with the spine. I've come across a lot of training influences, a lot of training systems, and they seem to be popping up more and more now, people taking advantage of an obese, weak society and throwing a whole bunch of stuff at them that's just not making things well and actually making things a whole lot worse. I'm sure you people have heard of spinal hygiene out there, and there's exercises you can do, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. I'm not here to say that these are the best. I'm just here to say that in the past 10 years, these are the ones I've found, when done this particular way, prevent a whole lot of problems from occurring due to the body's inability to absorb force. The force will then enter the spine, discs, nerves, muscles, the bones, the ligaments around the spine, and can irritate them, and the body's defense will be to heal that through inflammation and swelling, and this process is not comfortable, and a lot of times that's just a warning system, but we stop listening to that warning system and medicate, ice, and do a whole bunch of other activities and services that professionals out there are making a good dollar on, and nothing's getting better. So, that being said, I've come up with a spinal hygiene program that's 5 exercises. When done at this level, they take care of every motion the spine, a spinal unit would ever have to go through in the real world. I grant you, it's only 5, but again, when you do these this way, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And a lot of the times we're needing a lot of whats because we get bored and tired and need to be entertained. Here's the 5 things. It takes you 5 minutes a piece, so 25 minutes total. 25 minutes in a day, I think everybody has and can find somewhere. So let's start with spinal rolling. What that's going to look like, you want a hard surface. I've got a milk crate. Get a chair. Don't do a stability ball, do something rigid, because you're trying to create force, and you can create a lot more force into a rigid apparatus than an unstable surface. I know Swiss balls are the hot topic and they're amazing for this, that, not for this, okay? Something rigid, doesn't have to be a milk crate. I'm going to use a milk crate. Spinal rolling, what you're going to do from the side, you're basically going to run your spine like a worm. You're going to flex every joint possible to its extreme, and then you're going to extend every joint possible to its extreme. You're going to start at the top of the head and run all the way down to the pelvis, and then from the pelvis all the way down to the top of the head, and vice versa. It's just going to go back and forth through this one simple motion. Watch, click carefully. You're going to start feet wide so you can go in between your legs. You're going to tuck your chin, tuck your thorax cage, round your low back, and then bend, keeping all that tucked as low as you can in between your legs. Once you hit your limit, start at the neck, thoracics, lumbars, and come back up to tall. Do it again, and it turns into one smooth motion. It's very important you go through your greatest range of motion through this. If you're obese, which a majority of you are going to be, just playing the odds, that's okay. You're starting somewhere, and this is awesome. You still have a spine, but you're going to have a lot of mass right here that might prevent you from going real low. Don't worry about it. If this is your distance, then this is your distance. And that's where you're going to start, because I'm planning on you doing this forever. And as your body starts to adapt to new eating styles that you're going to do, new movement patterns, you're going to see some progress and things are going to improve. If you've got arthritis in the hips, or you've had a bad surgery, or you've got an ankylosing condition where your spine just doesn't move like everybody else's, go to your greatest range of motion, pain-free motion, okay? So if this is your range of motion, then that's your range of motion. In 2 months, this might be your range of motion right here, then that's your range of motion. If this is your range of motion, then that's it. It doesn't mean this exercise is not for you. It's for everybody, from 9 years old to 99 years old. Okay? You're going to start at the top of the spine, roll back up to the top. Now, how much to do? You want to start a clock. Everybody's got iPhones. You want to hit your stopwatch and start the timer and go for 5 minutes. How many in 5 minutes? I don't know. As many as you can get through the greatest range. You might start only doing maybe 20 or so because you get so fatigued, tired, cramped, sore, out of breath, faint. If you can do 150 to 200 quality through the greatest range, awesome. That's what you're working up to. But it's a 5-minute clip. Start the clock, work for 5 minutes. Okay? And that's going to be a recurring theme in all these exercises that we've got. But spinal hygiene, starting with spinal rolling.